respected young special ed teacher. She almost dedicated all her life to her students. She didn't get paid very much, so she had to get a second job at a bar. The bar she worked out allowed smoking. Her employer did not allow her to ban smoking from the bar, and even though he knew that she had asthma. He thought that the smoking customers could not be denied being able to smoke inside. So instead, Sally decided to prop open doors and to keep the smoke away from her. Sally, who can afford health insurance, was provided an inhaler by her employer for when she would choke up on the smoke. On the night that Sally died, she propped open the door outside the bar and hoping to let smoke out. She moved several smokers to the other side of the bar and took puffs on her inhaler. Despite this, Sally was struggling to breathe, so she decided to go home early to get away from the smoke, relax, and rest up. She felt obligated to get to work early the next morning to take care of her students. When Sally didn't arrive the next morning, the students got worried. By midday, Sally still didn't show up, so the principal decided to go to her house. When Sally didn't answer, the principal called for the security guards to come and help pry open her door. When they pried open her door, they saw something sad. Sally was laying on the ground dead. She had completely choked up after coming home on smoke that night. She stopped breathing before 911 could arrive. Many people think that it's okay to smoke because they don't mind the health risks that smoking is involved with. But what you don't understand is secondhand smoking can be just as dangerous for your health as smoking is. If you smoke while pregnant, it can have serious effects on your baby. However, like most things that are dangerous, there can also be ways to prevent secondhand smoking. Just because you're not the person smoking the cigarettes does not mean that you are not subjected to the risks of smoking. Secondhand smoking is when you breathe in smoke that comes from the end of a lit cigarette and other smoking devices that are inhaled by a smoker. You're inhaling almost the same amount of smoke as the actual smoker. According to StopSmokingPrograms.org, non-smokers living with smokers have about 25% chance of risk of death from heart attack and heart disease, and even stroke. And some research suggests that the risks that non-smokers may be given are that includes the same as smokers. The more secondhand smoke you breathe in, the more your health risks increase. Now that we've seen how secondhand smoke can be affected from the lives around us, let's see how it can be affected from lives we don't see. Smoking while pregnant can cause serious effects to a baby's health. Some side effects of smoking while during pregnancy include SIDS, prematurity, and bronchitis. That's why even a light habit can have a big effect on your baby's health. Smoking a cigarette during pregnancy increases the risk of low weight. Children of parents of smokers are especially likely to have learning disorders, behavioral problems, and low IQs. There's obviously a problem in the United States of endangering innocent lives from the risk of smoking. Effects of smoking can be prevented by banning smoking from your car. Opt to drive with smokers. Opt to drive with people who don't smoke in their car. Also, you can avoid restaurants and bars that are allowed smoking. Live in a house versus an apartment because smoke can be transported from one apartment to another. Secondhand smoking can cause many of the same effects to people who choose not to smoke as those who do. If you choose to smoke while you're pregnant, you're putting your baby into risk before they're even born. Life has many choices, and you can choose to prevent many of these effects by controlling your actions and decisions. Don't let your life come to an end because of a cigarette.